I administer trust. I can tell you that, I don't have, any income being dispersed, distributed, paid, earned by the individual, the ens legis. I don't do business with that thing. I really don't. I can tell you that you need to look into Linux operating system on your laptops, on your computers. Linux, Linux. You need to look into Linux distribution operating systems. There's there's an operating system, man. I can't remember the operating system. There's an operating system on for Android that's private. Y'all need to stop sending text messages in WhatsApp and start using Signal. These are the things that I do. VPNs. I use a VPN. I use private browsing. I use onion routing. These things are important because it doesn't really matter if your information is encrypted, if they know what time it was sent, where it was sent from, where it went to, and then over the past 8 years, within 2 seconds, they can punch in the computer and see how many times information was sent from there to there, and at what time, and then who the place it was sent to, and then they map all this stuff out in this stupid, crazy web with these different programs and stuff, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to, blow the whistle. I'm not trying to, get out here and be on some crazy stuff. But heads up, contact phone tracking is coming. You got an iOS phone, you got an Android phone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You ain't got a home phone. I mean, look, I told you here on the foundation that this crash was coming. I didn't say, it was coming from a virus or nothing, but I told you here that the crash was coming. I said, look, the market is over. I told you that. I encourage you to get gold and silver to hedge against, the stocks, the 401ks, the IRAs, so on and so forth. I begged Tehran L to contract with the foundation to help y'all build your credit. You know what I'm saying? Get you do your dance with that. Buy houses on credit. When banks are throwing houses at people in about 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, however long it takes, to those who were living outside of their means, to lose all that stuff that they had, just like they did in 2008, 2009. Banks are going to be throwing stuff. I begged Tehran, because I knew this stuff was coming. So I begged Tehran to contract with the foundation and come on here and help people build their credit, fix their credit, build their credit, establish, credit profile numbers and stuff. I begged him. My man's gone now. He gone. I brought Chris Hell on here for the Passport No Social. We got that on the website, Passport No Social. I asked him. He wasn't like, yo, so I want to come on the show and do my dance because I'm luxurious. No, I asked him. I was like, yo, man, could you, would you mind coming on the show and talking to these people about getting a passport no social? Because I understand that people are trying to separate themselves. We're trying to come out this system because this system is cracking up. I mean, most of all, the foundation is private trust, private trustee training. It's not about, it's not about over here. It's not about what you make. I don't care what you make. You can pull up stunting with the gold, with the 14-karat gold Mercedes, AMG S550. You know what I'm saying? With the illest system in it. Jump out dripping. Bling bling and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Throwing money everywhere, showing me all your financials and stuff. I don't care. I'm from the school. We don't care what you make, man. What did you keep? What you keep? Holler at me in 5 years. Holler at me in 10 years. Holler at me in 15. Holler at me in 20. Holler at me in 25. And if your wealth isn't growing over those years, if you hit a spot in your life to where you suddenly stop making and your quality of life reduces, which means you can't afford the things that you could 10 years ago, 5 years ago, the lifestyle, that's a problem. That's an absolute problem. That's an absolute problem. It's about what you keep. We're not taught that. I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? Stepping on toes, pancaking toes. I've been pancaking toes for over 5 years. I've been on High Frequency Radio Network, pancaking toes. Putting out information people charge for. People charge money for the stuff I just say on the show. Why? Because they shouldn't be able to charge money. This should be the foundation of our information. This is the foundation of what we know, the foundation of our knowledge. I feel like a lot of these attorneys out here shouldn't be attorneys. They should be if they are attorneys, they should be starving, not getting paid. Why? Because at least my people are so knowledgeable, are so educated, privately educated that their services are not necessary. Your services are not necessary over here, bro. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. How was school? How much is that debt you got? Student loans and stuff, all up in the public. That's what I'm saying. So let's jump into the show. Look. I'm not talking anything. I'm gonna tell you this. This is the transfer of wealth. It's happening right now. You can make sacrifices and get your stuff together. Do what you know you're supposed to be doing. You know you're supposed to be in trustee training, man. You know you're supposed to be in trustee training. You know you're supposed to be studying. You know you're supposed to be getting with me, getting with the foundation, and getting in trustee. You know it. You here. But it is what it is, hey, what up, here, check this out. I'm going to let you know how the wealthy legally avoid taxes. You think you can jump into trust and be like, blah, blah? But there are ways to jump into trust and be like, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean by blah, blah? Okay. There are ways to jump into a trust, and legally avoid taxes. It's not just a single entity, though. I'll tell you that off top. Just you just jump into a singular entity and thinking that it's 9/8 and it's foreign and you know what I'm saying and wow, yeah. Good luck with that, fam. Good luck with that. And what happens? They let those who think they know what they're doing operate for a certain number of years, to where it's like to the point where there's pretty much no way that you would have the funds to combat the legal jousting that they come at you with, and or afford the currency to extricate yourself from them grabbing your body and putting you in jail or some sort of federal detention center or prison or something like that. You know what I mean? They wait until you think it's cool, everything's all good, and then they snatch you up. So you can think what you want, I mean, there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people been out here, and they and they was gurus and they was doing their dance, and in 2.5, 3 years, where'd they go? Oops. Year and a half or so, 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, usually around 3 years. A lot of these gurus be, out of here. I could be tripping. I might not know what I'm talking about. But you want to know in 3 words, hands down, I'm telling you 3 words, how the wealthy legally avoid taxes. I'm going to tell you in 3 words. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to try to make myself sound all smart and stuff. Boo, boo, boo. I have information. that most people don't have. That don't make me special. It just makes me informed. You either come from an informed family or uninformed family, or you meet someone who's informed, and then you become informed, and then your family converts from an uninformed family to an informed family. Two types of family. That's it. Those of us who are private understand that. We understand that. We also know it's not about what you make; it's about what you keep. 3 words. Some of y'all know this. Some of y'all know the 3 words: private family foundation. I'm tell you, foundation. Remember, I was like Carnegie has a foundation. Think of all of the different wealthy and rich families, family names that you can put foundation after it, and it makes sense. And it sounds right. Carnegie Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, Ford Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Zuckerberg Foundation. Think about it. There's so many more. I mean, there's so many more. I say private because it's private. Why do I say private? You know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Do you know the difference between public and private? It's very simple, especially when it comes to commercial entities, commerce, those entities or entities, period, in commerce. How about that? Entities in commerce. What's the difference between public and private? Well, public entities owe their existence to legislation. You know what I'm saying? Private entities do not owe their existence to legislation. Break that down. A public entity is authorized to exist according to certain statutes in the state legislature. LLCs, corporations, sole proprietorships, all these things are granted existence, allowed existence through certain acts executed, passed legislation through the state legislature, the legislative, the Article 1 branch of the state government. Those would be public entities when we're dealing with commerce. A private entity would be what? An entity that does not owe its existence to the public, to the legislation of the public, to the whim of the public, to the permission of the public. What type of entities are those? Private entities. What private entities are those? Contracts. Let's just start by saying that. In the form of trusts. You hear what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. Contracts in the form of trusts. People be charging for this stuff. You have to go and spend $3,000 in a flight, and a hotel, and some food to go into a webinar and sit and look at some slides and a PowerPoint presentation to really understand what I'm saying right now, or just listen to what I'm saying right now. In the form of trust. Is it actually a trust? No, it's a contract. Cast in the form of a trust only comes under trust law, how the income is dispersed and how the income is taxed. So what makes it a private family foundation? Well, beyond it being a trust a contract cast in the form of a trust, its purpose is charitable. It has a charitable purpose. You can look up charitable purposes, in the Internal Revenue Code or on the Internal Revenue Service website. But there are other provisions within the contract that allow it its private nature, jurisdiction, and standing. that a lot of people miss. You think you have the cold dance until it gets hot in a courtroom. Say it with me now. There are other specific provisions within the contract that discuss not only the specific jurisdiction, but also powers and immunities associated with that entity, this private family foundation. Also, it is tax exempt as a 501c3, tax exempt letter straight from the Internal Revenue Service. I don't know. I don't care how you feel about that. A lot of people say, churches, look, that's only, when churches or any entities begin to accept Federal Reserve notes and want to stand on their tax exempt status. When you're dealing with Federal Reserve notes, you have to have your tax exempt status acknowledged by the Internal Revenue Service. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues. You can deal with it or not. You can feel however you want to feel about it. But that IRS determination letter is, that thing is cold. It opens a lot of doors. It shuts a lot of mouths. And when you're dealing with a private family foundation, family members of the estate are able to donate up to 30% of their gross annual income to their own family foundation and receive a charitable deduction on their own individual taxes. And the family still controls the wealth. It's a very powerful entity. There's a difference between compelled taxation or voluntary taxation or compelled charity, because that's basically what taxes is charity. They're taking your money and giving it to someone else, basically, or sending it somewhere else. So you have compelled charity or voluntary charity, compelled taxation, voluntary taxation. One of the illest things about a private family foundation and how these wealthy legally avoid taxes is the 5% expenditure rule. And you can look it up if you want. They have to expense 5% of their gross donations every year. Have to expense, not donate, expense. And you can look up what falls under allowable expenses. 5%, just 5%. And then they can generate investment off of income. They can generate income off investments tax-free. And when you start involving financial endowments, private family banking, these things get brutal. And you want to talk about changing your life, you want to talk about changing your family's life, you want to talk about upgrading the quality of life. Properly utilized, these things do a lot. Improperly utilized, they do a lot as well. So, the wealthy, they understand the tax code. They understand what entities use. They understand also that it's rarely advantageous to administer any type of business or functioning activity in commerce through a public entity. Business trust, asset trust, family trust, private family foundation. What else do you need except for multiples of the same? Think about it. And you might say, I don't have this, I don't have that. We have all these preconceived notions in our mind about what can and cannot be done, what we can and cannot do. But knowledge is power. You have the knowledge to know that the foundation was on high frequency. You had the wherewithal and the determination to check out the broadcast, and you just learned something very, very powerful. Look, we got about 60 seconds left in the live broadcast. You want to call in 424-222-5250 if you are checking out the show online. Otherwise, you will get cut off. And I will stream. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm serious. I'm serious. It don't matter what. It don't matter what position you at. You could be a janitor. You know. You could be a bus driver. You know. You could be a Uber, Lyft driver. You could be, look, with the proper knowledge. This is what they left out. This is what they left out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm going to tell y'all what they left out. You know, they talk about America, and they be like, oh, if you work hard, you know, you too can live this American dream. You know what I mean? If you work hard, you know. That's not, well, I mean, that's part of it. That's part of it. If you have the right knowledge. You have the right knowledge of the proper structures. You have the right knowledge of the administration of the proper structures. You have a good idea. Or, at the very least, you have a bankable service or good, and you have a particular set of knowledge base, you too can live the American dream. Check it out. I don't care what you do. You can be a Lyft driver. I don't care what you do. You get your private estate structured properly. And keep working. Keep working. Keep your job. Keep your job. Just do what I tell you. When I say, yo, do this, blah, 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 I'll do it. When I say, yo, open up the business trust account, blah, 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 I'll do it. When I'm like, yo, you need to get some life insurance, blah, 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 I'll do it. When I'm like, yo, I think it's time for you to get your private family foundation, blah, 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 I'll do it. When I'm like, yo, you should donate 30% of your gross annual income to your private family foundation. You're like, so, what does that mean? How does that, I mean, well, I got to figure out how much I make a year? I don't remember. I mean, if I look at my last year's W-2, but I got a raise. Look, don't even worry about that, fam. Just think of it like check by check, because if you donate 30% of every check to your private family foundation at the end of the year, that's 30% of your income. Think about it. I know clients that understand that they have a private family foundation, so what they do is they claim certain dependents on their W-2 because they're making donations with most of the extra money that they get. And of course, you know, but they're making donations. So at the end of the year when they file their individual taxes, they get a charitable deduction, so they get more in return. And they kept more throughout the year, working the same job. What kind of life would you live if you could work your job, but you didn't have to pay all the taxes and the withholdings that you pay currently? It'd free up a lot of money. It'd free a lot of cash up in your estate, wouldn't it? Isn't the reason why you work is for the benefit of your estate, of those you love, the things that you've acquired, and the family that you created? Huh. It's funny how we can make so many excuses as to why we won't structure our private estate, but we won't make so many excuses as to why we won't, or why we have no excuses for when we have to get up and go to work, and we've been doing it for 15 years, 10, 15 years. And I'm in the same position. I'm like, man, I'm tired of being in the same position, but I keep getting up and going to work and doing the same thing every day. If I'm going to get up and go to work, at least me say, yo, I need to update my dependents. Let me update my dependents and, you know, start making donations to my own private family foundation. Because what is that? What is that? What is that? You want to hear something? You want to hear something cold? You got to keep clean hands, man. But a foundation can make loans with interest, right? So let's say you have a job, but you have a private estate, you got a private family foundation, you got a job, you got a private estate, you're in trustee training. You as an individual, you're making donations to your private family foundation, man. And let's say the family trust is making donations to the private family foundation, man. There's a whole bunch of cash up in the private family foundation, man. Remember when I said your private family foundation can generate income off investments tax-free? Do you know if I lend you money at interest, me lending you money is an investment because I'm going to make more money when you pay me back? So what the foundation makes a loan, that's an investment at interest. So if there's interest being made on the loan, the foundation is making interest tax-free. It's making income off investments tax-free. But, it can offer loan to, let's say, I don't know, your business trust. And then, like, if you administer your business trust as a trustee and you administer the private family foundation as a trustee, and let's say the business trust can't make a loan payment, as a trustee, as your private family foundation, are you going to collect against the business trust that you're the trustee of as well? Like, as a trustee, the foundation, the private family foundation, we are taking the business trust to court. No. I mean, imagine if you were the administrator, the controller, the trustee of the debtor, as well as the trustee or the administrator of the lender. And this being obviously the donations that you were made that were charitable deductible. And hold on, let me just stop there because I'm confusing myself. If you got some questions, you can email me at admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I'm just going to tell you off top. You're going to email and be like, look, unless you have obvious knowledge and experience in trust administration, or you have been in trustee training, the foundation, high frequency, the foundation, trustee training. We don't offer foundations for sale, if you understand what I'm saying. The beneficiary is the public with a private family foundation. So yeah, it's private, yeah, it's a contract, but that's a minimum contract. When you are offering charitable deductions for individuals as well as businesses, those individuals and those businesses are United States citizens usually, and that's a compelling public interest. So the public being the beneficiaries, you get tricky. It gets really tricky, and you can get yourself in a lot of hot water just out here doing your dance, thinking you can do your dance. You think you're special. And you don't need to, study, that you don't have to learn that, you're gifted, you're the golden child out here, and I'm just out here, because I'm private and I'm tax exempt anyways. So I'm just gonna, okay, yep. I don't, over here at the found, we don't deal with those types of people. We really don't. So that's it right there. Private family foundations, 3 words. That's how the wealthy legally avoid taxes. That's it. A trust, a complex trust. The trusts that we deal with, what's the deal? They can legally, complex trust, our trusts, can legally donate 100% of their taxable income to a charity. Our complex trust, business trust, the family trust, the asset trust, legally. Any taxable income that the entity that the trust has, after all allowable deductions according to the trust indenture, can legally be donated to the private family foundation, and the trust will receive a charitable deduction on its tax return. So if you want to run away from taxes because you're scared, because you have this feeling, this spiritual conviction that you can't translate into the public, into the true commercial realm. I didn't say real, I said true. And we're gonna run around and play all these games and not actually handle and be accountable, handle the business. I'm telling you, this is what it is right here. Contract with the CPA or the accountant to cause to be filed the tax returns, but have them prepared properly. You gotta look them over before they submit them, and know what you're doing. Get into a proper training. Know exactly what you're doing. But you want to legally avoid taxes, not have to worry about the police or feds or the Treasury Department or any of these fools. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Oh yeah, last week I know a lot of y'all on the email list, and I said if you want the document, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. A lot of people replied to the email blast of the show, and the email blast comes from a email address that isn't really, I don't really monitor. The email address I be looking at is admin@welcometothefoundation.com. So I saw that today, and I sent y'all stuff today. But everybody who emailed me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com, they got their stuff right away. So just in the future, you can do what you want. I don't care. But in the future, just so you know, if you ever want a document, if you want to, hit me up for a consultation, if you have any questions, if you just want to holler at me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. That's how you get at me. Anything else, I can't guarantee it. I really can't. I know the email blast comes from info@welcometothefoundation, but I don't check that. That's not even. I got admin on my phone. You know what I mean? I got it everywhere. Or the other ones, I don't have those. So I mean, I got them. I just hey, I was letting y'all know. I'm telling the truth. I'm gonna go to the phone lines, man. If I can, let me check this out. Let me check out Blog Talk. Yeah. Private Family Foundation. Private Family Foundation. Let me see. Blah 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 blah. What's going on now? I know a lot of y'all struggling. Going through the stuff. Just keep your head up. I'm not saying it all nonchalant. I'm just saying, we're gonna get through this. Okay. Phone lines. Let me see. Come on, Blog Talk. I trust y'all enjoyed the show. I'll be putting in work. I'll be trying to. 205. Let me see if it works. Area code 205. Hold on, man. I can't. All right. 205 4147. Area code 205 4147. Peace. Which name are you calling from? Come on, Blog Talk. All right, there we go.
Yes, indeed.
Peace.
Yes, indeed. Let us give thanks. It's your brother, Mellow Bay, reporting live and direct from Planet, Alabama. You did 205 down south.
Peace, family. How you doing? Good to hear from you.
Man, I'm just getting in, brother. Just getting in for real. And I got to go into the archive because I'm chiming in. And I came in on when you was talking about actually, being tax avoidance and actually not being a goody and thinking that you actually avoiding from all this other shit, like far as not being taxed on certain things and you maneuvering privately, or you just feel like don't none of this applies to you, or you don't have to go through it or deal with it. So I came in on that part and just want to just say that that the level of ignorance is more costly than the level of information and knowledge. Proper information and knowledge apply, I'll put it. Because ignorance is so vast to where it sells now. You know what I mean? And we got to recognize as people, the obverse to this is that people get paid off of your ignorance, man. Everything that you don't know and everything that you don't want to know and the things that you ignore that leads to more ignorance, that someone else is benefiting on the other side of the factor. So whether it affects your pay period, whether it affects your well-being, ultimately, your family, what I'm saying, the way you do things, and ultimately it's going to affect your future. So, I just want to be honest and let people know that, what I mean, stop ignoring information and knowledge, especially when jewels and, what I'm saying, you got info coming to you right at your doorstep. I mean, right at your doorstep. All you got to do is access it. So, yeah, man, I just want to say that, seriously, we are all going through something right now, but we're going through this together. And it depends on, a lot of times, majority of the time, is the approach that will determine the outcome. So let us actually take a conscious, logical, thoughtful approach when we're going through what we're going through. Because, results vary, and we will get results from this. But we just got to keep in mind as a collective, what type of results are we focused on yielding? It's like going to a corporation job throughout the year. When you get ready to get that income tax or you get ready to get your paycheck, you got expectations on what you may receive back. And it's the same way with this outcome and pandemic that we're facing. We got to treat it as such as if that we're focused and we're aiming and we're geared towards remedies and solutions that can better our condition and get us through this here. So it's the same with the taxes. It's the same economically, and it is also the same here in this physicality sense in the spiritual world. So, it all applies. We just got to bring balance. And if one person thinks that this doesn't apply, it's because only they haven't used the proper application of knowledge to yield those results. So, once again, man, we can go because we deal with a time that doesn't, doesn't exist within a time. So, but at the same time, bro, I'm thankful. Still aim, still focused. I still maneuver out here, even though I'm not in trustee training, and I actually I employ you guys who are in trustee training, and the ones who are making the conscious decisions to move toward trustee training, because there is no way that you're gonna go out here every day, fam, wake up, bend your back over, sweat, blood, and tears, put divine energy into something, getting property, houses, assets, and then not even having a way to protect them, pass on, or preserve them for the heirs of your estate to come. That's insane. That's insane. So, get up with purpose, get up with cause, and then definitely utilize the application behind it. It helps us out. It helps us out. If I do my part and where I'm at, from where I am, it helps out. It helps out the next brother, because I can break bread and help change and better condition the world. And we each do this. Each one of us right now who's on this line listening, tuned in, we play a major role. You play a major role in this. You are the domino effect that will bring change. Because you're going to leave here. You're going to leave. But how you go, it depends on you. That's important. You can go out kicking and screaming, bitching and boo-hooing, or you can go out honorable, you know, upright, exact, fearless, and happy with an abundance. But ultimately, this is upon self, though. So no matter what takes place here, no matter how much turmoil and shit we go through and all that, fam, focus on how you want to go out, and focus on how you want to live and what you're gonna do. Because most didn't make it. Most are not willing to do what it takes to live how most are who are able to live. You dig? And we hear that all the time here on the show. Bro, I always tell you, do what you may, or I'll say in my sense, do what you are willing, do what you're willing to do to make it, and live how most cannot and are unwilling to make it and do. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Not quite always in that sense, you know what I'm saying, directly, but yes, do what others are willing not to do so you can live how most cannot. And that's just really what that is. That's the truth of the matter. And so, give thanks though, as we say, it's another brick in the foundation. You dig? Real spit. You know what I'm saying? I give thanks, man. The creator, forefathers, foremothers, forerunners, the brother on the platform. I've been rocking with this brother solid, y'all. I mean, seriously. Know what's before you. So, with that being said, it's your brother, man. I'm chiming in. I'm going to go back into the archives, though. I'm going to go do myself some due diligence when I get up out of here. Slide to the archives and break out my pen and pad. Yeah. So, that's what time it is, brother. But with that being said, it's another one, So L. You know what I'm saying? We give thanks. And everything that you do has never went in vain, brother. Never went in vain. You or Unc. Shout out to Big Uncle Yusuf L. Y'all check him out too on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? High Frequency Radio Network. High Frequency Radio Network. You know what I'm saying? No one turns up like this with economics. No one turns up over here like this with private versus public. No one turns up over here like this with jewels and information to better your condition. Nah. I don't know anyone else that turn up like this on a radio show. You know what I'm saying? On a blog talk podcast or whatnot. You got your other stations out there, yeah. But, you got to get that tailor-made treatment. And that's what the brother brings up to the show. And others too. Tailor-made treatment, y'all. Specifically for your ears. You heard me? But that's what it is, man. I ain't going to keep going. Like I say, as a matter of fact, I'm out here with company while I'm on the phone talking. So they're listening. We're listening. Everybody's in tune. You know what I'm saying? We're here. So just give thanks again. So appreciate you for everything always. Likewise, And, brother, how's the family? You know what I'm saying? Send them my best regards. And, yeah, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, so.